Shedeur Sanders has wholesome group photo moment with fans at Browns training camp. Shedeur Sanders is certainly a fan favorite at Cleveland Browns training camp as the rookie quarterback prepares to compete in a crowded quarterback room. During Saturday's practice, Sanders was talking and taking pictures with fans, but wanted to get everyone involved. So, the former Colorado QB brought everyone in, including a lot of young fans, to get in a group photo. However, the competition goes, Sanders has certainly embraced the fandom regardless and wanted to give back. So, he gave a lot of fans a really cool memory. You can see the forming of the group picture below. Sanders might be a fan favorite, but that won't necessarily win him the QB competition. Cleveland has veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett at the top, not to mention fellow rookie signal caller Dillon Gabriel. The Browns selected Gabriel out of Oregon in the 3rd round, but took a shot on Sanders after he slipped to the 5th. Even with a stellar 2 years at Colorado, Sanders' draft slide was certainly surprising and much discussed. The supposed most popular quarterback on the team's roster is receiving the fewest reps in camp so far, though. On Friday, Sanders opened up to ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi on his limited practice reps. "I don't think that's my place to give the answer to that," Sanders said Friday when asked why he thinks he isn't getting reps with the first-team offense. "I feel like that it's not in my control, so I'm not going to think about that or even have that in my thought process of why it is. There's a lot of people who want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, that is." According to Oyefusi, Sanders hasn't received any first-team practice reps and has even been forced to throw to equipment staff members as the last quarterback in the 4-man competition. Nonetheless, Sanders is keeping his chin up in the face of adversity. "It doesn't make me feel down or left out because I know who I am as a person," Sanders said. "I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So, I can never feel less than any circumstance." Sanders showed he's more than capable of success during his 2 years at Colorado. Under his father's coaching, Sanders amassed 7,364 passing yards and 64 touchdowns compared to just 13 interceptions in his 2 years with the Buffaloes. Sanders shattered over 100 program records at Colorado and was named the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year for his efforts in 2024. He also won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award his senior year. Treylon Burks injury update. Titans WR suffers fractured collarbone during training camp. Tennessee Titans wide receiver Treylon Burks suffered a fractured collarbone during the team's training camp stadium practice, per NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. He's expected to miss at least the start of the season. Titans WR Treylon Burks suffered a fractured collarbone here at their stadium practice, per me and Tom Pelissero, Rappaport wrote on Twitter/X. Burks will undergo further tests, but he's expected to miss the start of the season at least. A frustrating outcome for the young pass catcher. Burks has missed time in each of his 3 seasons with the team. He's played just 21 of a possible 51 games with the Titans. His best numbers came as a rookie in 11 games. Burks caught 33 passes for 444 yards and 1 touchdown. However, he only has 20 catches for 255 yards in 15 games since. Burks has not scored a touchdown since the 2022 season. A first-round pick out of Arkansas in 2022, it's been a rough start for Burks. Since he hasn't been fully healthy, Burks has struggled to live up to being the number 18 overall pick just 3 years ago. While in college, he was named first-team All-SEC in 2021 and second-team in 2019 and 20. He was also on the SEC All-Freshman team in 2019. The Titans have had some bad injury luck to big positions so far. Recently, QB Will Levis underwent shoulder surgery and was ruled out for the season. That means number 1 overall pick Cam Ward will be the starter, barring something unforeseen. However, he won't have Burks at the start of the season to throw to. Ward has since addressed his fellow QB's injury after being asked his reaction to hearing the news about his teammate. It remains to be seen how he'll react with Burks out. "I really didn't have a reaction. I focus on Cam Ward," the Titans' first-round pick said. "He made what's best for him. Can't be mad at somebody for doing what's best for them. I wish him a speedy recovery. I'm hoping to see him on the field a lot more. He sat with me in OTAs, learning the install of everything. He's a good football player. When he's ready and he's healthy, he'll have a chance on the field." The July sun hung high over the Cleveland Browns training facility, baking the grass and filling the humid air with the familiar scent of turf and sunscreen. Training camp was in full swing. Coaches barking out orders, players sprinting through cone drills, and the rhythmic thud of footballs striking receivers' hands echoing across the fields. But beyond the intensity of practice, beyond the quarterback competitions and roster battles, a softer moment was quietly unfolding. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback still fighting to cement his place on the roster, had just finished his reps for the day. His jersey was streaked with sweat, and a towel hung loosely around his neck as he trotted toward the sideline. Reporters clustered nearby, ready to ask about footwork, timing, or Coach Stefanski's depth chart hints. But Shedeur's gaze shifted to a group of fans pressed against the metal barricades. They were a mix of young and old, clad in brown and orange gear. Some wore freshly bought Sanders jerseys, the white tape from the pro shop still clinging to the sleeves. Others clutched posters or Sharpies, eager for a signature. And scattered among them were kids, wide-eyed, faces flushed from the heat, gripping footballs like treasures. "Hey, Shedeur!" a little boy yelled, voice cracking with excitement. He couldn't have been more than 9, his oversized cap slipping over his forehead. "Can you sign my ball?" Shedeur slowed his stride. His father, Dion, had always told him, "No matter how hard you're grinding, always stop for the people who believe in you. They make this game more than just a game." He walked over, crouching near the barricade. "What's your name, champ?" "Malik," the boy said, holding out a scuffed-up junior-size football. "Well, Malik," Shedeur grinned, "you keep that ball safe, okay? And keep working on that spiral." As he signed the ball, a wave of voices rose from the crowd. "Shedeur, over here. Can you sign my jersey? Can we get a picture?" Instead of the quick autograph sprint most players did, Shedeur stayed. He signed hats, gloves, even the brim of an orange foam finger. He posed for a selfie with a grandmother in a vintage Bernie Kosar jersey, making sure she had her phone angled just right. Then someone shouted, "Group photo." It was chaos at first, fans shuffling, parents lifting their kids onto the railings, security trying to maintain order. But Shedeur laughed, stepped back, and raised his hands. All right, let's do it. Everybody get in. One of